and thanks again for reading the dowework.com blog. Today I'd like to discuss email etiquette. I think all of us have come in contact with or worked with people who don't have any etiquette, in regards to email. We all know those people that you work with who forward, all kinds of junk mail and email chains and things like that, who use caps locks when they shouldn't, who reply to all the time. So I kind of want to just list a few things that will help you and me have proper etiquette when it comes to dealing with email. First one I'd like to talk about is know the difference between to and CC. And kind of best practices when it comes to sending a message would be to limit the amount of people you're sending it to. If your to is filled with 10 people, you're going to kind of lose that personal touch effect. So you want to use your to field really for those people who need to read the email, and you want to limit CC field to those who just kind of need to know. So don't throw everyone in the to and don't throw everybody in the CC, just to avoid some misunderstanding when it comes to getting your email. And then there's the BCC, which you should use even sparingly. That's for blind copy, and you won't know that they're on the email chain. So if you need to do that for a particular exception, then that's what you would use that for. Second one would be emails should be brief to the point. Avoid verbal diarrhea. Basically, get to the point. Try to have your point. Make it quick. Make it the first point, so people don't have to read through a bunch of email, a bunch long words, long sentences, just to get to your point. So be brief and to the point. Avoid multiple subjects in a single email. If you have multiple subjects to bring up, send multiple emails. And another thing is, have your subject, let it be descriptive. Let it make sense to the person who's receiving it. So if they have to search or they have to go back to your email, they can use keywords that will help them be able to find it. 5, don't reply in anger. Some of us maybe have been on the receiving side of an angry email, and one thing about email is that it's easily misinterpreted, and especially interpretive if it's clearly that you're angry with the person. So if you're going to be angry, or you're going to you want to tell someone your mind, use the phone, tell them in person, don't use email. Email lives forever, so there's always a backup. There's always something that can be forwarded to different kinds of people. So any kind of confrontation you want to keep to a face-to-face or a phone call. Don't forward chain emails. Unless it's your grandparents or your mom who we can forgive, you don't be that person who just forwards all kinds of stuff. Don't be a forwarder. Don't abuse the high priority flag. Not everything that you send is a priority. I know we think our emails are the most important, but it's like the boy who cried wolf. If everything is important, it loses its effect. Avoid using caps. Caps really are shouting. So if you're trying to prove a point, don't use caps, because caps really is a way of shouting. So avoid it if possible using caps. Have a proper email signature. How many times have you gone through an email and you want to either call someone or have an address or something, and you don't have any contact information. You don't know, you have no way of communicating with this person other than the email that they sent it to. So have a good email signature. The next video blog that I do is going to be on how to create a proper email signature, because some of them are really bad. So, that's for another blog. 11, spell checker is your friend. Use it. It's a great invention. It'll avoid some terrible spelling errors. It'll make you smarter than you really are. Next, avoid email receipt confirmations entirely. I used to work with an older lady who, all her emails, she'd want to get a receipt that I've opened it, a confirmation. So it's not a good experience. When I ask you if you want to send the reply, I always say no. So please avoid it entirely if possible. Provide an if-then option to avoid the back and forth. So if you're sending an email, to avoid the back and forth of emails, always have a plan B or a plan C, or an if-then. If not, then. So if you want to meet for lunch, can we meet at 12 o'clock? And if 12 o'clock doesn't work, how about 1:30? Or how about 3? So then you give them a bunch of options, and then when they do reply, they can say what time works for them. And 14, the last and final one, is reread your emails to yourself before you send it out. Thank you, and have a great day. And don't forget to change your furnace filter in your home. Thanks.